nice. You're all smiling. I like that. It's a good start. I'll be honest with you, I don't always get smiley faces in the audience. My last show was on a ship by the Indian Ocean. 800 people. I had to introduce myself. He got whole tents. This was all I said to them. I went on stage. I was like, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Price Abdi. I am from Somalia." That was all I said to them. As soon as I said that, they got to the front to their loved ones. "We've been hijacked by pirates!" Relax, I'm not a pirate. I'm the captain now. I went to Glasgow as well. Glasgow was an experience. It was my first time there, and I was doing a gig in a pub, proper rough pub. And then this guy who heckled me got bottled. Only in Glasgow. Like, he's right there, he heckled me, said something, right? And the guy behind him didn't like it. He's like, "Shut it, you wee prick!" And then bottled him right, and the guy just went unconscious. And the guy that bottled him just looked at me and he went, "Carry on." I certainly will. That's for you too.
Hello and welcome to The Review. My name is Tara Newton-wordsworth, and today we're interviewing Price Abdi, who is known as the only Somalian comedian in Britain.
South London.
In South London. And he is very well known in all kinds of circles. He does TV and a lot of stand-up on the professional stand-up circuits. Thank you so much for joining us, Prince.
I like that introduction, thank you.
Would you be able to tell us how you came into comedy?
Yes, well, I used to watch a lot of comedy, quite a lot, and I remember my first ever gig was in front of two people. And they started arguing halfway through my set, and I didn't know what was going on. Like, whoa, like this was the first time, and then the husband just left. So it's just me and the wife left, and she was like, "How's the comedy going?" I'm like, "I don't know yet, it just started." So then I never looked back. Yeah, I just kept going and enjoy it. Yeah, really, really love it.
Well, that's fantastic. And you started out as a teacher, didn't you? What made you decide to sort of leave that behind?
I liked it, but I didn't love it, and it was something I needed, that something to fulfill me, and comedy was able to do that for me, and I still get a buzz out of it. It's still a very difficult art form to do, but I love it, which is why I love it. You don't know, it's that uncertainty every time you get on stage. You don't know what's going to happen, and I really love that. Really, really love it.
Did you grow up in Somalia?
No, I grew up here.
And do you ever sort of feel that has played into your stand-up very much? Do you talk about it a lot?
I mean, being dubbed as the only Somali comedian obviously has its advantages. So yeah, I do mention being from Somalia, but I'm generally a comedian. I'm not. I just happen to be from Somalia, but I'm a comedian first, and that's first thing. Not a black comedian, not a white comedian, not a Somali. I'm a comedian first, and then just happen to be Somali. So I talk about everything. So that's why I love. I love the angle, but at the same time, it's hard work out there.
Yeah,
it's tough.
And tonight we've seen you in a new material night. How do you feel when you're doing new material?
That's the thing. It's probably every comic will tell you this. When they're doing new material, in our head it's very funny, but when we do it on stage, the audience decide. They are the judge, the judges of our material. So if they laugh, then you get that. Whoa, that was that satisfaction basically. And I had to rush from another gig and run straight into the stage this one, so I was all over the place. But yeah, the crowd were really nice. They received me quite well, and just keep writing, do lots of new material. But the thing with the comedies was you have to keep turning over material, because as you saw, there was a guy who said to me, he saw me on Friday. I was like, oh thank God, I was doing new stuff, because if you saw the same thing, then he could have complained.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it's kind of nerve-wracking, but you always seem so sort of easygoing and really relaxed and happy. Would you say you're like that in your real life as well?
In real life, I'm a hardcore gangster. I run the streets. I try to be relaxed. I mean, it takes some time. I mean, when I first started, I was very running around, and I was very high energy. But now I kind of take my time and just enjoy it. And yeah, I would say I am like that off stage as well. But I think I'm a bit more laid back off stage. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I put myself to sleep when I'm off stage. Yeah.
So just one last thing. I think, people go into comedy for all different reasons. Do you see a sort of recurrent theme with people going into comedy? Do you think there's a reason why people go into comedy?
I mean, comedy is very broad, so it depends on Like for some people, they go into comedy because, you know, they had a dark childhood, or some others will go in because they just, you know, had a fun childhood. And so it's just, comedy has different like genres, and it just depends. I mean, I did comedy because I always loved comedy. I used to watch it. I used to sneak in like the VHS tape and watch it without my parents seeing, with all the swear words, and I used to just like, you know, do it very quietly. Sometimes when my parents go to sleep, I come downstairs and put it on and watch some Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, and I just love it. And I think I do it because number one, I love it, and number two, I don't like being told what to do. This is a job where no one tells you what to do. Yeah, you do what you want to do. So yeah, I kind of hate being told what to do. People did that many years. Managers and supervisors at work. I remember. Do this, do that. Not anymore.
You're free now.
Free!
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Prince. I really appreciate you taking your time. And we'll see you next week on the next episode of The Review.
Things I say now that I'm free. I'm gonna ask this world for love now that I'm free.
I saw two rappers having a rap battle. I didn't understand the words. I asked the French guy. What he said to me next made me chuckle, because of what I caught the last rapper's verse. He was like, Chapé, l'été, joue de pas les verrets, l'état, je joue de mer, fais pas joue de mer, a mer, right? And so I asked the French guy, excuse me, what did that rapper just say? This French guy just looks at me and goes, well, as you can see, he's not happy.